Alright TM Nation, so I've purchased and done a video on just about every pair of Skullcandy headphones released in the last 4 or 5 years with the exception of just a couple, and to be honest, I never really wanted a pair of these Riff 2 wireless headphones because I really don't like the on-ear design, and I've been happy with both my Hesh ANCs and Evos since they dropped. However, Skullcandy had a sale this past week and these were marked down to 39 bucks, which is significantly less than all of their other wireless headphones except for the Groms, which really don't count because they're geared strictly towards kids. That being said, I decided to pick a pair of the Riff 2 wireless headphones up to see how they performed and if they were worth picking up in 2024, and I have to say that these bring a lot to the table that I really did sleep on for the price. For starters, they are compatible with the Skullcandy app, which is always a plus in my opinion. The battery life is also pretty good with these at over 30 hours on a charge, and the sound quality did impress me in a good way, which I will touch on a little bit later. But as always guys, I will cover both the good and the not so good with these headphones just in case you're on the fence about picking a pair up. Now inside of the box you don't get a carrying case for those of you all wondering, but you do get a 3.5mm cable for wired use, and you also get a USB Type-C cable for charging. And for the battery numbers, the maximum you can expect to get with these on a single charge is about 34 hours, which really is not bad at all, but if you find yourself in a crunch, they do feature quick charging that will provide you about 4 hours worth of use from only a 10-minute charge. Now taking a closer look at the Riff 2 wireless headphones, they do have a subtle look that is fine for me, and the fact that the branding isn't overpowering is a plus. I do like the fact that they can fold up completely or lie flat on a surface, so you do have options in terms of storing them even though they don't come with a travel case. I do want to mention that they do feel a bit flimsy in the hands, and they don't have any padding on the top headband, so they aren't as comfortable for me as some other Skullcandy headphones. They don't have a published water resistance rating, so I would not recommend getting them wet, but I will say that I did use them for my jump rope workout, and even once the sweat started flowing, the headphones did not malfunction on me whatsoever, and the playback controls, which are right here on the right ear cup, hopefully you guys can see that, they still worked without an issue. I was still able to track forward, track back, control my volume, and pretty much anything that I needed to do at that moment. For Bluetooth connectivity, you're getting 5.2 with these, but they also do support multi-point connectivity as well, so you can pair to 2 different devices and switch between them with no issues. And I have used these to watch YouTube videos and Amazon Prime movies on both my iOS and Android devices without any noticeable latency. But they do also feature a low latency gaming mode too, so if you're a hardcore mobile gamer who needs that near instant response, these have got you covered. But besides toggling on or off the gaming mode, inside of the Skullcandy app, you can see the charge left on the headphones, choose from pre-built EQs and create your own, access the user manual on the go, adjust your volume, and find the headphones using Tile as well. Unfortunately, these don't use the newer Skull IQ app that you'll get with the Crusher ANCs, for example, but it is nice to have a pair of budget Skullcandy headphones that gives you access to custom EQs. The Riff 2s do have a built-in microphone, so you can take and make voice calls directly from them. I'd say that they do a decent to good job at focusing on your speech while reducing some of the noises going on around you. But as always, I did take samples just so that you guys can go ahead and judge for yourselves. Let's check them out. Alright guys, so right now I have the headphones paired to my iPhone 15 Pro, and as you can see, the audio that you're hearing is coming from the microphone on them. Now I'm not going to do any type of editing to this sample, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how these will perform in a quiet environment. And now I have some simulated background noise playing in the background. This part of the test is aimed at seeing how well the microphones on these headphones can focus on my speech while rejecting some of that noise. And I'll go ahead and be quiet for just a moment so that you guys can judge how loud that noise is. And I'll go ahead and start talking again. So again, this should give you a pretty good idea of how well these can focus on your speech and reject some of the noise going on around you. Now getting into the sound quality guys, I have to say that out of the box, I was underwhelmed with how they performed. But once I went ahead and went inside of the app and created my own custom EQ, I have to say that the headphones did come to life and they provided a sound that was really good to my ears, especially for the price. Once I made my tweaks, the highs came through clear, as I could make out most of the detail in my music easily. I did also go in and dial the mids back just a bit after I increased them. They did give off kind of a tinny and airy sound, which did go away once I brought them back down. And the bass, I would say, is okay. It's certainly not as punchy or deep as the Hesh line of headphones, but if you're listening to something with a decent bass line, you should be able to feel the thump here and there. Now, these certainly are not audiophile grade headphones, guys, so the sound separation is not that great. Things can start to sound a bit jumbled up, especially at the higher volumes, but for the average user who just wants a decent pair of budget headphones with that Skullcandy sound signature, these won't disappoint. In my opinion, they get loud enough, the sound is balanced enough, and they don't give off a crazy amount of distortion when you push them to the higher volumes. But I just want you guys to have realistic expectations of these headphones. They sound the best at between 50 and 75% of the max volume. With anything above that, you are gonna get some drop off in the sound quality. So taking everything into consideration, fam, although this is not a pair that was on my radar, I can see why they are so popular. The battery life is good, the call quality is respectable, the design is okay, you are getting compatibility with the Skullcandy app and multi-point connectivity. I mean, on paper for 40 bucks at the time of the video, they're extremely solid for what you get with them. However, they don't feature transparency or ANC, so if those are features that you're looking for, you're gonna have to move up in the Skullcandy food chain quite a bit and pay at least 90 bucks more for the Hesh ANCs. But as I mentioned earlier, these are a good budget pair of headphones for somebody looking to get into the Skullcandy ecosystem, or for someone who just wants a more bare bones pair of headphones that do well with the basics but add a couple of extra features. Before you get on out of here, if you rock with the channel and your boy Tech Mo, hit that subscribe button and knock that notification bell out so you won't miss any of my uploads. Welcome to TM Nation. Peace.